The City of Perris is open for business to the world and to business owners looking to grow their companies by expanding into global markets. To tell us about the advantages of the city's location within the foreign trade zone, I'm joined by an expert on this subject. His name is David Harlow. He's president and CEO of ITC Diligence Incorporated. His firm specializes in consulting local and regional governments and businesses on matters of the foreign trade zone. David Harlow, welcome. Nice to have you on in.
Thank you. My pleasure.
We appreciate having you. First of all, let's go ahead and start by talking about what the foreign trade zone is and why it's important.
The Foreign Trade Zone is a program that was developed in 1934 during the Great Depression to help companies to import product into the United States, to help companies manufacture product, more importantly, to create and retain jobs and stimulate the economy.
So you talked about a couple of the key benefits there, and particularly in this growing global environment that we have in terms of a growing global economy. The benefits are really important. So if we could kind of maybe outline those again, let's talk about maybe the benefits to the cities that are within those foreign trade zone areas, particularly with regard to the City of Perris in this case.
Exactly. The City of Perris, the program actually offers benefits to the City of Perris to allow businesses to import product into the United States, manufacture foreign components in the United States, and then distribute those globally as well as nationally and locally within the City of Perris.
And you talked about, too, the job market. Is this also, too, really something that does, in fact, help to stimulate jobs and grow jobs in the area as well?
Absolutely. With the financial and logistical savings that the program offers, it allows companies to save money and use that to expand their business by hiring additional staff and growing their business model, which in turn creates and retains jobs within their business.
What does a company have to do in order to qualify for foreign trade zone status or for those benefits?
The great thing about the program is there are no minimum requirements. There's only one common denominator that's needed, and that is to import some type of raw material, component, or finished product into the United States. Once you've done this, you're now eligible to participate in the Foreign Trade Zone program. Whether you're a small, medium, or large business, there's significant benefits that can be received.
So really, above and beyond that, there's really there's no restrictions, and there's really no other major qualifying factors for businesses to take advantage. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Businesses are going to be able to take advantages from a very small footprint of the program to a very large footprint of the program.
David, with that in mind, is there a certain fixed percentage of the final product that in fact has to be created or manufactured in the city for those businesses and the city to take advantage of foreign trade zone benefits?
That's the great thing about the Foreign Trade Zone program, is that it allows for a very minimal amount of manufacturing to assembly and purely distribution. So a finished product that is not manufactured in the City of Perris is still going to create benefits for businesses in the City of Perris for manufacturing, distribution, or assembly.
Now, so our discussion has been primarily kind of one way directed toward those companies that are doing business in the foreign trade zone here, those local businesses in the City of Perris. But let's talk about maybe the advantages or benefits to those companies that are outside of the United States that are looking toward trade partners in the city for doing business back and forth. How does it benefit them?
Well, with the Foreign Trade Zone program, those countries that are working with businesses in the City of Perris, they're going to be able to import product to businesses without paying any duties or additional fees incurred by U.S. Customs by putting it into a foreign trade zone, which allows you to defer or eliminate those fees. So creating a better competitive edge for the businesses in the City of Perris also creates opportunities for larger volumes and expansion for businesses outside the United States that are doing business with the City of Perris.
Why is the city, do you think, David Harlow, so uniquely positioned for the foreign trade zone and really for those companies that are interested in expanding their businesses globally and those nations that are looking forward to trading here? Why is it uniquely positioned, do you believe?
Well, being in Southern California, one of the interesting things that we have in Southern California is 40% of the goods that come into the United States come in to the ports of LA and Los Angeles, and the distribution path to fulfill the needs of consumers and retailers around the country comes straight through the Inland Empire and the City of Perris. So the opportunity to move those goods globally and nationally comes straight through the path where City of Perris is logistically positioned to provide those logistical and financial advantages specific to the Foreign Trade Zone program.
David, tell me a little bit about how the City of Perris is uniquely positioned in terms of really being an ideal location for those businesses interested in locating here for the purpose of trading globally.
Some of the benefits that the City of Perris offers is its great relationship with the international trade community, its strong labor force, and its strong educational background with being near institutions that provide expertise in international trade. So those creates a lot of benefits for the program and for the Foreign Trade Zone for the City of Perris. In addition to that, logistically being in the correct and a central location and a business-friendly environment offers a lot of paths for the Foreign Trade Zone to maximize the benefits that can be realized in the City of Perris.
Let's talk about the steps now, David, for a company that may not be using Foreign Trade Zone benefits right now to their advantage. Maybe they're thinking about expanding into global markets for the first time, and they may be in fact ready to do that now, but they don't know how to get started. Are there some guidelines or steps that you can provide right now, some information you can share that might help them get started?
Just simply, going back to the common denominator of them being able to import something in the United States immediately gives them the eligibility to participate in the program. In addition to that, understanding the volume of imports, their volume of exports, the extent of manufacturing, how they're deferring or eliminating duties through the program is going to maximize those benefits. And then understanding that the entire City of Perris is located in the Foreign Trade Zone, so they have full access to the program. And then it's just about learning more about the program and those benefits to realize their savings.
And your company does provide kind of I think, a significant knowledge base to help companies understand what it is that they need to do and the steps they need to take and help them learn more about those advantages and benefits that we've talked about, but in greater detail. So what would be the next step? If they wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
Because of our great relationship with the City of Perris, we provide free cost-benefit analysis for companies that are interested by identifying what their savings are going to be on an annual basis, as well as understanding what the minimal costs that are required so that they can walk into the process knowing that they're going to save a significant amount of money and have a very positive and successful experience through the program.
So David, as I understand it, based on what you've just talked about, because of your relationship with the city and because it's been so favorable, you are offering this free analysis to those businesses that are looking to expand into global commerce. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Because of our relationship with the City of Perris, this is a program that we provide free cost-benefit analysis to help those businesses understand those benefits and understand the costs attributed to the program to allow them to take those next steps into beginning the process to participate in the program for the Foreign Trade Zone.
Can you talk about any companies that maybe you know of that have taken advantage of the Foreign Trade Zone?
Absolutely. There's several companies in the Inland Empire that have benefited from the program. One company in particular currently imports product where they manufacture and distribute the product in the United States, as well as meeting the needs of their global clients around the world. In doing so, they've been able to defer the parts and the imports. In addition to that, they've been able to manufacture the product to create additional savings. And then lastly, they're able to meet the needs of the global economy by eliminating those duties. So The elimination of those fees or the reduction of those fees has created a significant savings to this company in question, is saving over $1 million a year through the program, which in turn has been used to reinvest into their business, to grow their business. In addition, it stimulates the economy in the city of Perris. That's created some great success stories.
Well, David Harlow, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate having you in.
My pleasure.
That's David Harlow. He's president and CEO of ITC Diligence Incorporated, and I'd like to thank him for being our guest today. For more information on this story, as well as information on doing business in and with the City of Perris, call the Community Economic Development Corporation at 951-943-6100. That's 951-943-6100. Or visit perriscedc.com. I'm Jeff Allen. Thanks for watching.